For the first 11 years of my life, I lived in a home that was riddled with addiction, alcoholism, abuse. 1984, I became a ward of the state. 87, I was in 13 foster homes, group homes, and then eventually I went to juvenile detention at the age of 14 and spent 2 years there for running away. At the age of 17, leaving the state of Alaska and traveling down the West Coast, and that began my time of experimenting with drugs. Ended up in San Diego. I was 17 when I ended up there and met my son's father and decided to come back to Alaska. The summer of 91 is when I gave birth to my son. But I really truly didn't know how to be a normal parent because I had been raised by the system. I'd grown up in a very abusive environment, but I knew how to love. I just had no skills of being responsible. Finally, somebody in my life loved me. Still continued to use drugs, but then I desperately wanted something different. I didn't want to live like that anymore. And 2 months later, I was rearrested, and that was when I asked for a Bible. I started having some clarity. I was like, I am not what people say I am who God says I am. My son, and when he was 18, and I remember him coming to when I got out of prison, I was in a transitional house at this time, I was fresh out. That's when he eventually started going downhill and he started using drugs. And then he was selling them. One day he walked out of the house and he told me he was going to a fencing job in Big Lake. And he met somebody to get some heroin. But the guy that killed my son robbed him. I still have healing because I have a lot of post-traumatic stress disorders. A lot of trauma. I've not arrived, believe that. Life is always a lesson. You always have these things come across. It's just how you respond. Find people that are truly going to help you become the best version of you that you can possibly be, because you're worth it.